really good night, I have to say. Lots of greenery, considering they've not had much rain this winter. So here we are, entering the main part of town. Ahead you can see Achilleus jewellery, which I highly recommend. Beautiful jewellery, and on the right here there is a heritage centre with lots of artefacts and historical stuff if you're interested. So here, this is where they hold Cyprus night, in the street. I'm just doing round the back here, lots of little tavernas. And just coming up to one taverna, the meeting place, which we've eaten at before, which is really nice as well. They do a great breakfast. Then we're going to go left, and it's basically one road nearly all the way there. So I'll catch up with you later. So we've been climbing steadily since my last broadcast, and we're into the realms of the wind turbine area. When you come into land at Paphos Airport at night, you will see little red lights blinking away. They are the top of the turbines as a warning. I have to say, whether you like them or not, they are absolutely magnificent. The size of them is, you wouldn't believe. I mean, well, hopefully it comes out on this film that you can see them. But I'm led to believe there's about 100 turbines. There's some on the right of me as well, and there's some in the far distance. It's amazing. I have to say, oh, there's some more. I have to say, of ear popping on the way up as we've been climbing up so high. So, but not too bad. You would expect it being this high. And there we have Dora on the left there. I think you can probably see it, the old houses, and of course some new ones as well. Lots of pine trees here. The further you go upwards, the more the smell of pines start to get to you, which is amazing. So you've got old and new here. Little village of Dora, D-O-R-A. And I think we have another narrow bit just coming up. One has to be quite a bit. And again, just look at those views. Lots of oleanders out at the moment, and bougainvillea. Colours are stunning. Not around here so much, but going downhill for a bit. It's a very pretty cemetery on the left. I have to say they're also very well looked after. So we're now exiting Dora. No real commentary at the moment, just looking at the views and noticing that the road's been recently re-tarmacked. You can see some vines in the distance there. And yet more mountains. I have to say, since we left Kuklia, we have not had one car behind us at all. We've seen one cyclist, and since my last vlog, we've had one car coming in the opposite direction. So I highly recommend driving here. It's easy peasy. There's only one motorway with 2 lanes, which is quite pleasant, with a speed limit of 100 km/h, obviously. So even if you're worried about driving here, please don't. Some of the Cypriot taxi drivers, I have to say, can be a bit nuts, overtaking where they shouldn't, going over the speed limit. Having said that, do be aware on the motorway that the motorway police are often out with their measuring guns to see that you're not going over, and they will pull you over and fine you if you are going over the speed limit. So wherever you're driving, please, please, please stick to the driving limit. You don't want to be stuck with a fine or penalty notice. Yeah, there's some vines just up on the left here, you can see. And in front as well. Right, if you turn left here, that takes you to Vasa via the old road. It's very pretty, but personally I rather stay on the main road. The mere fact that when you go through Vasa, it's quite complicated to get through it, and in some places there's probably about an inch either side of the car to pass through on the road. So I've done it a number of times, but I have to say I just prefer staying road, and it will join up with the other side of Vasa further along anyway. My husband said go through Vasa so that we can film it, but I've given it a miss. Not that I'm an incapable driver, because I am. I've been driving a very long time, and things don't really faze me on the road. We're actually not that far from Omodos, which is our destination and our favourite village that we love to go to. We'll pick up filming again when we're getting nearby, but this is just a straight run. Right, so we're not far from Omodos now, and I've a car on my tail, the first one since we left and since we started filming. Omodos is down the little valley to the right here, very pretty. Very touristy. Sometimes you'll come and there's quite a lot of coaches here doing tours. There's a wonderful bread shop made on the premises, which is absolutely delicious. But my favourite place to visit is the glassmaker Dempsey, who makes the most wonderful glass. This is the little slip road that takes us down into Omodos. You can see. No, you can't, because the camera's in the wrong way. It's down on the right. Hopefully we'll see a little bit more of it as we go round the bend. So we're just going to go into the car park. And I have to say, if you need it, there are some toilets down on the left. They're pretty clean, in a reasonable state. There's usually toilet paper and soap for washing. So we're just, well, you can see, oh no you can't, because we're looking at a big coach. More later. So here we are in Omodos, and this is just a view from the car park. Some beautiful trees, a bit of shade. It is pretty warm at the moment. There's a couple of coaches parked up behind me, as you saw in the previous one, and we're just going down. Go down this path, and there's a big sign up saying toilets, so it's probably recommended that you use the facilities before you go wandering through Omodos. As I say, they're reasonably clean, so worth using. So this is the bakery. It's the pathway up from the car parks, and this is where you get the most beautiful bread. And I have to say, famous nuts, which are absolutely beautiful. We always take a stock home. Our friends love the nuts, and very reasonable. Buy 3 packs, it's cheaper. Look at that. Wow. So this is the main square here, with lots of eateries, and at the bottom is an exquisite church. Can't take photos in there, but if you do visit, you need to have your shoulders covered and your legs covered. They do provide some scarves for your use. So here we are off the main square. we've got the church behind us, the side of the church behind us, and you'll see lots and lots of cushions. I have to say we love these bright cushions, and we bought some and we've got them at home in our conservatory, and it really brightens the room up. They're absolutely gorgeous. You can just buy the covers, so easy to pack in your suitcase to take home. And then moving along, they've got jewellery and a lot of lace tablecloths. Omodos, sometimes you'll see elderly ladies sitting in the street doing crochet, making lace, but I'm sure some of this is imported and not necessarily made in Cyprus, as many places today. And there's lots of jewellery on the table as well, which looks quite nice. I can't go any further left because there are some ladies looking at the jewellery and they might not like it if I film. So we'll continue our walk around Omodos, and we've come down one of the little streets, and here's the it's the Leaning Tower of Pisa, I think, and some lovely original stonework. Isn't that just gorgeous? And then we're going to go around here, and up on the left there's my favourite sign that says Dempsey. Look at the lovely bougainvillea here. Look at the colour. And just up here is Dempsey, and you'll be amazed at what he has and what he does all himself. So here we are in our favourite glass shop, Dempsey. It's like an Alice in Wonderland here. Jewellery, all the glass that you see, and all the metalwork he does himself. Look at this violin, isn't that amazing? All handmade by Dempsey. He has given permission for us to do this, I have to say. All different prices. He does lots of different coasters, if you like coasters, to match your room. As I say, Alice in Wonderland. Well worth a visit. Those are cute.
My wife bought Dempsey's glass bug. She couldn't resist it.